Hello and welcome to PPR Esports. I am your host for tonight, PPR Nick, and I am glad to have all of you guys who are currently viewing joining us here on this very special Saturday night, as our drivers will be taking on two 25% races. This first one going to be at Circuit of the Americas in Austin, Texas. Oh, and it is a wet qualifying session for our drivers. So they will have this short quality session, a 25% race right after, and then we will have a brief intermission as we set up our next 25% race, which will be at Silverstone for the final showdown. Now, the winner who has the most accumulated points after these two races does win a $15 Xbox gift card. Presumably they will be putting that down on F1 2020 for their pre-orders, as we are all very excited for that to drop, as we have yet to have any of our drivers exiting the pits. They might be crying right now because they have that rain pouring down. And would you look at that, they are all probably scouring in their pit boxes for a wet setup. But that gives us time here to set everything up for you guys. Let me know in the chat, who do you think is going to win our prize tonight? Doesn't matter if you finish on the podium, it matters if you finish on top today. It looks like our drivers are finally exiting the pit box. We'll go on board here with the Lux Squad, as I can only assume that the S's are going to be very tricky for a lot of our guys here. It actually looks like the Greek Wookiee will be our first guy heading out tonight. As it looks like most of our grid is now heading out for their laps. Only got a few still back there in their pit boxes, but no worries, they should be back very, very soon. As it looks like we have Ginger Horizon overtaking the Greek Wookiee here. He's presumably trying to get his lap out before the Alfa Romeo driver. And here we go, the first lap of qualifying. You can already see the Greek Wookiee back there is struggling even before he starts his lap. But up the hill into turn one, Ginger Horizon looks like he is on for a good lap here. See if he can get through the very tricky S's. And so far keeping it on track. Gonna have to watch out for track limits as well through this very difficult section of track, but looks like Ginger Horizon is through and coming up now on turn 11, right before this DRS straight that leads us into turn 12, but no DRS for qualifying, as we all know by now it is pouring down on this track. Ginger now coming through Sector 3 as the final 2 turns to go. And we will have our first set time here of the night. As Ginger is going across the line, and that's going to be invalidated. Unfortunately, it's not showing on our screen, but not a time for him. So it looks like the Ferrari of Mad Marlin is going to go P1 right now, a 151.8, and then we have PPR OOT in second. They got Brian Man as well coming up the hill. He's all in fourth. Saxman 151.2, very solid there from Saxman. As Lando is crossing the line and looks like he invalidated as well, and he's about 3 seconds off the pace. So assuming invalidated probably somewhere there in Sector 3. We'll take it with Groggy. Groggy very slow in his time. Only assuming he might have gone off as well, as he is struggling mightily right now. He's 12 seconds off the pace. He's definitely going to want to improve from that. As looks like Brackish as well has validated on his lap. So he may be trying to go again for another round. So we only have 5 times set right now in qualifying, and we are almost 7 minutes in. This is very, very shocking to see, but it just goes to show how tough it is right now for our drivers, and with all these conditions that they're dealing with on circuit. As we see Ginger cross the line, and that's a 149.2. He's 2 seconds up from second place of Saxman there in the McLaren. That is a unbelievable time there from Ginger. Maybe the track's starting to dry up just a little bit with some of the cars out here setting laps, but that is quite the lap there from Ginger Horizon. We'll go on board here with Deluxe Cord. We got CJ Gaming all off the track there. Luckily, Deluxe is able to get by him here before turn number 11. So far, 9 out of our 18 drivers have all set laps. Ginger currently holding a P1, Brackish second, and Saxman in third there. All starting to cut down their times. Oh, as Swifty Pickles picked up a 5-place grid penalty, as we just saw him there off in the distance. That is not going to be what Swifty Pickle wants there. That is going to affect him quite drastically depending on where he qualifies at. Go on board here with him right now. He is all off the track. Looks like he just got out the way there for Jules and some other drivers. But not the way you want to start off tonight. That is very unfortunate for him. We'll take it back on board here with Run Jules and McLaren. Yet set a time tonight. Maybe setting his sights on that prize as well. If he can finish the races tonight, a little bit of a lockup right there going into turn 12. Oh, and he spins it around into the barrier, but no damage done. Should be mentioned that we are on reduced damage. But Jules is sliding everywhere now. So he's maybe going to just bring it back in, put on a new set of tires. We're taking on down here with Jay Lowry. in the Ferrari, and I have to say, track is starting to dry up quite a bit here. See the sun kind of peeking its head out as well. The rain's not coming down as hard as it was earlier in the session, so presumably you might see some drivers opt to go on the intermediate tires. Definitely not slicks at all, but you can definitely probably go on those inners and start setting some faster laps. See which one of our drivers strike first, but on board here with Jay Lowry, as he's going to set a 152.8, but that's going to be an invalidation there, so presumably he's going to go again or just bring it back in the pits, put on a new set of tires. CJ Gaming going very slow. It's currently in 4th place. They're on board here with the Greek Wookie, who's also not improving on his time. So yeah, it looks like these intermediates, we're going to start to see them come out here at the end of qualifying, even though Ginger Horizon is going faster again on those wets. That's a 148.3. He's done 4 laps on those tires. But Ginger's just flying around right now. Taken on board with the Toro Rosso of the real Stolas, as he is losing it all across the track and generally really struggling right here through sector 1. That is not looking good there for the Toro Rosso driver. Oh, and what's also not looking good is Jay Lowry into the barrier. And that is going to be his lap done as well. But oddly enough, some of these drivers are not deciding to go out on the intermediates. Maybe Jeff is still telling him it is still time for wets and the inners are not the faster tire. So Saxman back out on them, as well as Brownie Man and Swifty Pickle. William also coming out of the pits on the wets as well. So these guys still not thinking that they have enough of a chance to set a faster lap there on the intermediate set of tires. As it looks like, there we go. One of our drivers is coming out. That is Night Shrimp now. He's opted for the intermediate. He's got 5 minutes left in quali, so this might just come down to who can get out first. Or I should say who can get out last here in qualifying. Because you gotta assume the track's gonna really dry up the final minute here. So going to be all up to who can set that time last and who can get across the line with as little time left in qualifying. He'll take it on board here with Saxman. He's still going here on the wets, opting to set a time. This might hurt him, but he's going to be flying now on those tires. There he comes through the S's, doing very well not to invalidate on his lap here. Struggling just a little bit there to keep the car going how he wants it to, but through the S's and now into turn 11. And it is looking all well right now for Saxman. He's getting those tires on the wet part of the track, coming back on the line. And through turn 12 here, before the double right-hander here, turns 13 and 14. It's going to be interesting to see if Saxman decides to stay out, because I don't think he's going to have enough time to set a lap on inners if he does complete this lap. So it's going to be tricky here. It's a last-minute call here for the McLaren team. Do they bring him in or do they let him stay out? He's improving quite a bit on his time. He's still P3, but could definitely get jumped from some of our guys who are now. Oh, as that is a big slide, and that is Saxman's lap over. I can only assume that he is definitely going to bring in the pits now. And yes, he is. Very smart man indeed. And that might give him a chance now to throw on those intermediates and keep it going. We'll take it on board here with Mad Marlin, formerly known as Marlin Conga. He's one of our Division II drivers. And at the moment, his Racing Point team is leading in the Constructors Battle. But tonight he is in that red Ferrari and trying to set a flyer here on the intermediates. Marlin now into Sector 3. And only a few corners left to go here. See if he can get himself within the top 3. He's got to improve by a little over a second to do so. And it looks like he is definitely going to be good on that. He's going to cross the line very quickly. That's a 147.2. And now it's up for the rest of the field to start bringing up their times as well. We'll stick it on board here with CJ Gaming. He's going to be leading the pack of the rest of our drivers here in qualifying. You can see on our track map that very long list. And oh, CJ is coming into the pits and opting not to finish his lap. That is going to be tragic for him. Take on board here with PPR OOT. He's going to cross the line. That is P2 for OOT. Run the Jewels, cross the line there in P4. We're going to have the Racing Point of Ginger Horizon as well. He's coming up very close here. Oh, and he looks like he's about to just destroy the pole time. Yes, he is. That's a 145.1 there for Ginger Horizon. Almost no competition right now for him. Groggy going P5. A lot of our drivers improving drastically on their times. Night Shrimp up 9 seconds right there on his pass time, and it says a 151.6. And that will be the end of qualifying. So none of our drivers who are stuck in the pits can come back out, and if they haven't crossed the line yet, their time will be invalidated. So it is all up to whoever else is left out here on the grid to finish their final lap and see if they can improve on their spots. Bronny going very deep into 12. Stoneman has retired. Not looking good for him whatsoever. Let's see if Bronny Man can improve on his time here and get himself within the top 10. Here goes Bronny. That is going to be P6 for Bronny. Lando right behind him going P7. But we have Jules as well about to cross the line. He's going to set. Oh, looks like he may have. No, he did not invalidate. Just was not enough of an improvement to jump up. One of the drivers to watch for right here. Deluxe Cord and Saxman sitting 10th and 11th. Both of them doing their first round on intermediates as their times before were set on the wet. So see what Saxman do here. Very nicely done. Not to ruin his lap off the second final turn like we saw in his previous run there earlier in the session. And he's going to go P2, and right behind him, Deluxe Cord jumps him. That's P2 for Deluxe, and then P3 there for Saxman. And that should be the end of our qualifying session, I believe. Swifty Pickle looks like he still has a chance at a time here, but he is definitely not doing so. So last but not least here is going to be Jay Lowry, and definitely not a time to write home about. That will be the slowest time set here in qualifying, and not a time set at all, as that wasn't validated. So there you have it. Our top three are Ginger Horizon, Deluxe Cord, and Saxman, followed by Mad Marlin and P4, PPR Double OT in fifth, and then rounding out the rest of our top 10 will be the Greek Wookie, Groggy, Brownie Man, Lando, and finally Run the Jewels. Outside, we have Aero Brackish in 11th, followed by Night Shrimp, CJ Gaming in 12th and 13th, respectively, followed by William Swifty Pickle, The Real Stalis, Stoneman, and Jay Lowry rounding off our final spots. Stoneman and Jay Lowry unable to set a time here in qualifying for whatever reason, as it looks like we are having a little bit of a glitch here in qualifying. As we see race control saying they are enabling DRS, but this might have to mean a restart of our lobby. No, it is not. Thank you, Cody's. Did not get the qualifying glitch. That second has finally ticked, and we are finally going to be on the way to our 25% race, the first one of the night here at Circuit of the Americas in Austin, Texas. And there you have it again. Ginger Horizon really running away with it, showing how quick he is in the rain. That's a 155.1. I mean, he's almost a second ahead of Deluxe Cord here, so Ginger may just run away with it. We'll see what the weather conditions look like in the race, because if it is a wet one, Ginger is definitely going to be my favorite, as we can see how quick he is. But hopefully clear skies for the rest of our grid, because they are not going to try to play catch up to that Racing Point driver. But as we wait for all our drivers to load their setups and add the fuel to their cars, we're going to take a brief momentary break here on stream before the formation lap, and I'll be right back with you guys. And we are back as the formation lap is almost over, and we are about to be set for a very exciting 14 laps here at the Circuit of the Americas. As all of our drivers now are coming up to their grid spots. Ginger getting that first one, and he's going to have the McLaren of Saxman. You can see it right there in his mirrors. And the entire grid gunning for his spot here off the start. This is always very exciting, but here we go. Ginger looks like he's opted for the mediums. And it's lights out. And not away we go, but now away we go, and they are off. As the Lux Squad gets a fantastic start there on Ginger. Saxman as well, trying to make a little bit of an attempt. Nothing doing there. As it looks like most of our grid has made it safely around. Oh, as it looks like the Mercedes, of CJ Gaming's gone off. But through the S's we go. All of our drivers trying to make it through. Oh, and that is the Alfa Romeo. Oh, and there goes the Ferrari of Jay Lowry off in the distance. Oh, and that is Saxman off into the barriers. Oh, that is unfortunate there for the McLaren team, but Deluxe has gotten off to a fantastic start here. While Ginger falls back to second place. See Lando here getting an overtake on PPR OOT. Oh, Ginger's had a big spin. No, he hasn't. It's actually a VSC out for what I consume is Run the Jewels back here. Yes, it should be. Looks like he's gone off as well. So the McLaren team having a horrible start. Saxman already spinning. And Run the Jewels as well, but taking on board here with the Lux Squad having a great start to the race. As we'll go ahead and take a look at what tires our drivers are starting on here in the race. As the Lux Squad, you see there, opting for the softs. Only a few guys here for the mediums. Ginger, OOT, Groggy, and you got ARO Brackish as well. And the back of our grid, Stoneman, William, and Run the Jewels. As we are still under VSC. And it is gone, and looks like Ginger is getting attacked by Mad Marlin. Marlin all on the back of that racing point. He's going to try to go around the outside, but nothing doing there. Oh, they may go side by side through the S's. Looks like Marlin's going to slot himself back in. So far through the first lap, we have Deluxe Board in first, Ginger, Mad Marlin, Greek Wookie right behind them, and Lando here in P5. DRS should be active next lap, and there you see on the bottom of our screen a 3-second time penalty for CJ Gaming. That could play huge by the end of the race, because time penalties are at an abundance usually during these races. At Circuit of the Americas. Very easy to cut the track limits, especially through the S's, so it's going to be very tricky for some of our drivers and see who can do the better job of keeping it on the track. We have quite the slipstream train going on right now in the midfield. Ronnie Man going very wide right there, and Deluxe Sport is setting the fastest lap currently of the race at 135.1, and he's really run away with it right now in first place. Should be noted though, Ginger there on the mediums is going to be sitting very well by his second stint, assuming that he's going to throw on the softs when he does indeed pit. We'll take on board here with PPR OOT, currently sitting in 6th place. He's one of our Division 1 drivers. And he is currently sitting first place in the constructor standing. Him and his teammate B-Dunk doing a very swell job in Xbox Division 1 at the moment. Looks like Ginger is going to have a run up here on deluxe board, but too far back to make a move into turn 12. Just going to keep himself slotted right behind, as goes for the same for all of our top 6 as well. But it has to be said that Ginger is sitting very well in second place. He's going to have the faster compound of tires on his second stint, and with the help of DRS here, he can just save up as much fuel, as much ERS as he can, as long as he can keep on pace with deluxe board here and really be set to just take off during the end of the race. Take it back on board here with OT. Doesn't look like he's got any chance here to make a move on Lando quite yet. Has to be said, OT could be one of our surprisers as well. Also, Groggy and Brackish all starting on the medium, so see how this pays off for them by the end of the race. As the top 5, 4 out of those 5 drivers are all on the soft, so definitely be interested to see what happens. But you see this battle now going on between Lando and the Greek Wookiee. Lando diving down the inside, getting the move done right on the apex there of turn 11. It looks like the Greek Wookiee might get him back coming into turn 12 as Cody's could not give us good camera angles. Oh, and there goes PPR double OT, slinging himself around. That's 2 overtakes in 1. Lando forgets how to brake. OT now going side by side with the Greek Wookiee, but the Alfa Romeo driver is now going to slot himself in right behind the Williams. But what an amazing overtake there from OT. Setting it up perfectly, getting 2 overtakes in 1 as he jumps to P4. And unfortunately for Lando, he's fallen back to 6th place now after going really deep there into turn 12. Take it back up to our leaders. Ginger's been keeping this gap right in between 1 second, so Deluxe has got to be trying everything he can here to get the Racing Point driver outside of that DRS, but he just hasn't been able to do it here 5 laps into the race. And this is also when you should start seeing the softs fall off just a little bit. But in the 25% races, you can really abuse the tires just a little bit more than you can in the 50% races, at least in my opinion. So tire wear doesn't come into play too often, but the pace of your tires definitely do. Oh, it looks like Lando here is falling back again at turn 12. That has not been the turn for him, as Groggy gets himself into 6th place now. Lando's got to watch out because now he has Brackish right behind him. So these medium runners starting to make gains now on our drivers who started out on the softs. And it looks like, yes, that is Aero Brackish in the pits. I wonder if he has any wing damage. He comes down this very long pit straight. See what his team does for him. Nope, no wings, just some soft tires, and looks like he's gonna go till the end here on the soft. That's interesting call there from Brackish. See if it pays off. He was currently running what I believe was P8 before he came in, so he's going to fall back P10 here after a stop, as we have another VSC. We'll take it down here, see if we can catch who it was, quite possibly Night Shrimp. It doesn't look like it. It's just VSC from nowhere. That's our second one of the night. see how long it lasts, and maybe one of our drivers like Deluxe Sport opts to pit right here and quite possibly put on the mediums. Ginger as well could maybe pit on for the softs. See how long this VSC stays out. You see Ginger doing all he can to make sure that he does not lose this gap here under the virtual safety car. And there we have it, DRS enabled. And we are back to racing. And Deluxe actually losing a few tenths out from the gap that he had here. So Ginger now only 3 tenths back. I don't assume that he's going to make a move here. Probably going to wait and do it on the pit stop, as we have 4 of our drivers coming in. Saxman, Groggy, Lando, and Bronny Man all jumping into the pits here. As we'll take a look at everyone who needs to stop. So everyone within the top 5 still needing to come in for the pit stops. And then you see it as well, Night Shrimp and the Real Stallis. Those guys as well still need to come in for their stops. Look at position changes as well. The Real Stallis up 7 because of that stop. Swifty Pickle up 6, so big winners there. As it looks like Ginger is gonna make a move here, coming down turn 12 on the inside, and Deluxe just doesn't really fight it there. It's gonna slot himself in now into 2nd place. So took Ginger 7 laps to regain his spot on top, but nonetheless he's gonna be sitting very well. We'll see here if Deluxe Sport comes into the pits. Doesn't look like he's going to. Not on this lap, as we're now halfway, or more than halfway, I should say, through the race. 8 laps in, and the battle for the lead has been quite an exciting one. As we'll take it down to Deluxe Sport's teammate, that is Groggy. He's having a little bit of battle here with Lando and the Real Stallis. Oh, Lando going very heavy, making contact, not conceding the place back. We got a 3-driver battle, but Lando going very wide, is going to lose out there. Oh, somehow gets it to stick back on. Now we see Stallis going wide, going 3 deep into the final turn. That was very risky by Groggy. Stallis losing out heavily there. And now we go up to the run to turn 1. Now Groggy's down the inside of Lando, going way too deep into turn 1. So Lando's going to be right back on his side. But because Lando was going to make contact with Groggy, he had to slow down. So going to keep Groggy in 8th place. But Groggy is driving like a madman at the moment. I'm not too sure what he ate for dinner, but it is definitely affecting his driving style. That's looking at the top 2 now. It's really been the battle we've been looking at the most today. Deluxe Sport is losing out a lot here on Ginger. Ginger's pitting, Deluxe Sport's pitting. You gotta say that Deluxe not pitting last lap definitely hurt him, as he was only about 3 tenths off, and now coming to the pits, he's 2 seconds down from Ginger. He may lose out here on the race win because of that. Now we'll take it back up top here. The Brackish has got a good look at Saxman and Double OT. Double OT's just come out of the pits. The previous lap for softs. And after, presumably, I believe that is all of our drivers now pitting. Oh, Marlon getting very close to OT here. It looks like OT's gonna have the run on him. And he's gonna be able to slot himself into 3rd place. So see how that medium strategy also worked out for OT, as he now finds himself in the 3rd spot, and see if he can keep this podium, or if one of our drivers behind him, Marlon, Saxman, or Brackish, can steal it away for the end of the race. Got to be noted though, Brackish already 3 laps in though on those softs. He pitted very early on the mediums, And it looks like he's starting to fall back just a little bit because of that. Saxman all in the gearbox of Marlin here. OT with no DRS is going to be under threat from both of these guys. You see OT just swerving across the track. He's going to go very defensive. Marlin's got the outside line. Can he make it stick? Oh, they're going to go back side by side here. Turn 13 and 14. Marlin's got all the advantage right now, but OT's got it back down the inside, going way too deep. Marlin's going to get a run on him. Squeezes off double OT, and that's now Marlin into third. Very hard but clean racing there from those guys. And Saxman and P5 just sitting back and watching this battle. This also allows Brackish to gain up just a little bit, as it looks like Saxman now going to dive down the inside of OT, leaving just a little bit of space there, but they're both going to have DRS, so it's going to be drag race up to turn 1, and OT is not going to have the optimal line. He really hasn't had it at all on this past lap, and he's going to lose out once again now. Just seeing that podium slip away and out of his hands, as this third spot looks to be the last spot to really battle for the podium, because Ginger has just taken it away now from Deluxe Sport. He's nearly 4 seconds up. See if Saxman could get a run now on the Ferrari of Marlin. Looks like he's going to be way too far back, but this DRS is definitely going to help him out. As OT, even though he's on the softer tires, just doesn't seem to have the pace as these guys on the mediums, and it's not going to make Claire Williams happy whatsoever there, as she was probably dreaming of a podium finish here from double OT. But instead it looks like she's already checked herself in to the bar next door. But anyways, back to racing. Aero Brackish still hanging out here, and P6 Ginger just flying away, as we can see, setting at 133.7. Fantastic job from him. And that 1 point could be critical when it comes to our total point standings after our next race later this evening. But yes, Aero Brackish still hanging in here in this midfield battle, as OT has now brought himself back within grasp here of Saxman. Podium still not out of reach here. Ooh, as a 3-second time penalty has been picked up from Ginger. I don't believe Deluxe Sport has picked up any time penalties tonight, but nonetheless, Ginger would have to pick up another time penalty for Deluxe to have a chance. And we see yet again Brackish, Saxman, and OT all picking up time penalties. So unless Marlin picks one up, Marlin could definitely run away with third and the final podium spot just off of time penalties. We have 3 laps remaining here. We're on board here. Got an exciting midfield battle. Looks like Saxman, oh, he's just going to throw it down the inside with no regard to the life of his car. Oh, but Marlin's going to get him back on the outside here. Saxman getting the squeeze in turn 13. He's going to throw it down the inside. No, he's not. He's going to keep that outside line there. Gain up that speed advantage. And you can see there all the traction in the world for Saxman. Pulling it down the inside now. He's got the optimal line through here, but Marlin's going to have it. But Marlin already losing out on that place. Saxman now into P3. Marlin slots himself back into P4. And double OT and Aero Brackish just watching patiently behind them, maybe praying for them to make a little bit of contact. We don't wish it upon them, but sometimes as a driver, if you don't have the pace, you're just hoping something in front of you is going to happen, but not quite here. There's just 2 laps remaining here in the session. Oh no, and PPR OT has left the session. I sent him a quick invite back, and hopefully he can rejoin as quick as possible before he loses out on the spot, as he hasn't ghosted yet, so it is definitely showing that X there on the screen. But Saxman looks like he's starting to bridge that gap here. Now over a second, so presumably Marlin is not going to get DRS, as Brackish now has gotten around Double OT, as Double OT is now seeing himself fall into 6th place after that disconnect. That's very unfortunate for him. We were having a great midfield battle, but now it looks like Marlon is falling back here from Saxman. Brackish, without really any help to pull himself back within the grass, is now 2 seconds back from 4th place of Marlon. Marlon picking up a 3-second time penalty. So these gaps starting to widen out. We are on lap 13 of 14 here. Ginger crosses the line, so the next lap will be the final lap of the race, and presumably the race win for Ginger Horizon. Let's see, Deluxe score now picking up a 3-second time. Well, it shouldn't hurt him too much here, as he is a very well off. As Double OT looks like his AI came back into the pits, because it's showing that he's no laps done on those softs, so might have just missed that, but oh, that's very sad for OT. He's going to lose out here as he's joined back in the session, and he's going to be wondering how he fell all the way back into 10th place, but once he sees how fresh those tires are, he will know why. But oh, that's a heartbreaker there, as you hate to see it when one of our drivers gets disconnected, especially on a night like tonight where you're racing for a $15 gift card. I know, it's a lot of money here. Oh, it looks like OT's losing out again to CJ Gaming, so he's outside the points. But yes, a $15 gift card is on the line for our drivers, and at the moment, Ginger Horizon's looking like he might steal that from everyone. As we are now on the final lap of the race, all the gaps are pretty much sorted out now here. We're just going to take a nice little drive here with the Racing Point of Ginger Horizon. As the real Solace now has picked up a 3-second time penalty. We've seen those flying everywhere tonight. Hopefully we won't see that as much in our next race at Silverstone, but it should be noted now. So our next race will be a reversed grid order. So Ginger, since presumably there's a few turns left, will be in first place. We'll start from the very back of the grid for the next race. So it's going to be a battle to see who can fight through. So, I mean, it's really all up for grabs for any of our drivers here that are scoring points in this race. As there we have it, Ginger crossing the line in P1, be followed up here from Deluxe Sport in P2. Saxman quite a ways back here. Oh, picks up a time penalty that he might have to concede his 3rd place, because Marlon only has 1, I believe. And yes, oh, unfortunate there for Saxman, as he's losing out on 2 spots. He had a podium in his grasp and lost out on the second to last turn. That is another heartbreaker, one of many we've seen tonight, as Swifty Pickle's going to come across the line. P7, Groggy in 8th. Double OT still in 8th there from Groggy, and CJ rounding out our top 10. So hats off to Ginger Horizon for a fantastic showing for our first race of the afternoon, as we still have 3 drivers remaining to cross the line. Looks like Jules is just about to do it. Jay Lowry, tough race for him, spinning off on the first lap and just not having anything go his way. is going to cross the line in P14, followed by Night Shrimp there in 15th. Just wasn't the race, and you see that by Night Shrimp's front wing there. He already had a little bit of damage. But there you have it, folks. The first race of the night is done and dusted. That is Ginger Horizon in P1 Deluxe Cord in second place, followed by Mad Marlin in the Ferrari in third. So now one race remains, and we'll just have to wait to see who comes out on top for that race. We see the celebrations taking place here. I'll just take one look here. Looks like Swifty Pickle ending up in 7th place there due to time penalties. No time penalty for Swifty. He's our only driver of the night not to pick up a time penalty, so well done from him. That is how you do it. But folks, we'll be on a quick intermission break here. We'll be right back with all the action left remaining in the night for Silverstone. Hello and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We now have our grid set for the race here at Silverstone, and it is looking to be quite the exciting race. Let's see what the weather looks like here for our drivers. And it looks like it's going to be clear skies here for, I believe, will be a 13 lap race, is the 25% distance at Silverstone. So it's all up for grabs. It's a reverse grid as well. So Ginger, Deluxe Cord starting from the very back of the grid, and then fall behind them will be Mad, Marlin, Aero Brackish, Saxman, and then I believe right behind them is an unnamed driver because my memory is not too good after the top four, but everyone gets the point. It is a reverse grid. So starting off from the front, I believe will be the real Stallis. We'll just wait and see. Yes, it'll be the real Stallis there in the Toro Rosso as we are underway for our formation lap here. See what kind of tires our drivers are opting to go with here. So Jay Lowry is going with the mediums. Real Stallis here on the soft, so only 3 were driving in the top 10 opting for the mediums. See how that plays out for them come the end of the race. Ginger as well doing the contra strat once again. He's opted for the mediums. Deluxe doing the same, starting on the soft. So those guys very heavy set on the tires they want to start out on. Deluxe deciding to make no changes after what happened at Coda. So we'll have to see how it plays out. But at the moment, Ginger Horizon is leading in this 25% race special this evening. He's got 26 points. And right behind him is Deluxe Cord with 18. So Deluxe has to finish at least 7 points ahead of Ginger to win our prize of the night, which once again is a nice little handy $15 gift card for the Xbox store. As many of our drivers said, if they were going to win that, they were putting that down on F1 2020 for the pre-order. So all up for grabs here in the final race of the night. Thank you to everyone who's been joining in on the action. If you like what you're seeing, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and it'll be greatly appreciated from everyone here at PPR. As it looks like our grid is back and sorted here for the action. We have 5 lights. And away we go with the action. The real Stallis, losing it off the start. Nitrip already finding himself off into P1. We're coming down the order here. Oh, there's a big collision between Groggy. Groggy's falling all the way back. Groggy and Saxman making contact. Nitrim finds himself into P1. He got the Ferrari back there of Mad Marlin already making his way up the grid. Ginger as well. Deluxe Cord still in 14th place as all of our drivers finally get through. See Stallis from P1 is already falling back to P5. CJ Gaming all on the back of him, diving down the inside. See Lando as well up there battling with Jay Lowry for 3rd. CJ going side by side here with the real Stallis. He's going to pick up P5. The Mercedes team battling it through and up the grid. PPR WOT's found himself into P7 as the Lux Cord is actually losing out here in the back of the grid to Brackish. We're going side by side with OT. And he's losing a lot of the back in there. As the real Stallis comes back on track, unsafely makes contact with, I believe that was Run the Jewels, and Stallis is sideways on track. That is unfortunate for the Toro Rosso driver. He's now going to find himself all the way back, getting passed up by Saxman and presumably the rest of the grid here. back up top here. Nitram doing a terrific job in P1. See Lando diving it down the inside here. Jay Lowry for P3. Oh, almost making contact there. Very close by those guys. Oh, Nitram's losing out here on the final few turns. Williams now found himself in a P1. CJ Gaming, the other Mercedes, following on the trail of Jay Lowry here. We take a look at the back of, oh, what has gone wrong with Lowry? Almost lost it through turn 3. He's done a stellar job of keeping it on track there. We go back up here with PPR OT. Saw him get disconnected last race, but luckily for him, he's still in the session. Long shot to win it all here tonight, but nonetheless still has a chance. We'll take it on board here with the Mercedes of Lando. We look at the back of her grid as well. Deluxe Core is looking P10, Ginger, and P12. So Deluxe already in the points paying positions, but that will not be enough for him. He's got to gain 6 more points because P10 only picks you up 1. But coming through Maggots and Beckett's here, Night Shrimp and William having a nice little scrap here. Can't forget about Lando right behind them, as well as his teammate of CJ Gaming in P4. OT's falling back just a little bit there in P5. It looks like Lando's gotten a great run here on Night Shrimp. Night Shrimp going to stay on the outside. Lando breaking so much later there. And Night Shrimp almost just gifting that position away. He's now going to make a little bit of a look here, but nothing doing. And that's going to be Lando now into P2. And Night Shrimp's going to have to watch out. He's got CJ Gaming on the back of him and just gone fastest at 130.999. But Marlon, just look at me. I got a 130.990 for fast lap of the race. And CJ's going to dive it down the inside here. Night Shrimp, both of them losing the back end. Doing a great job of not losing it. PPR OT, got to watch out for him as well. But that's CJ now into P3. Night Shrimp right behind him. Oh, just getting the mega squeeze. We'll take it on board here with the Williams with OT. Yeah, it doesn't look like he's going to have a move here, but Night Shrimp definitely is, as CJ's gone way too deep. Coming around left field. But Night Shrimp's going to be in P3 for this. Gets a horrible exit, though, so CJ's going to have another run on him. Oh, and they're going to go too wide. And make a little bit of contact. Nothing to hurt Night Shrimp, though, other than his position on track. As we go back through the S's of Max Specs. Oh, and Night Shrimp's lost it. Him and PPR OT made contact, and they're going to fall all the way towards the back. As OT does what we do not allow in our normal league races, and that's reset the track, but it's an exhibition race. We'll ignore it. Back to the action, and it's a VSC for that crash, as we have had some terrific battles so far. As we have a little bit of a stop in the action. You gotta look, William now, P1 followed by Lando, CJ, Mad Marlin, the Greek Wookie, Jay Lowry, and Ginger has found himself in the P7 and ahead of his rival tonight, and that is Deluxe Cord. As the VSC is over, we'll look on board here with Mad Marlin. Who's right on the gearbox of CJ Gaming. Oh, and CJ just, I have no words for that. He just makes contact there with Marlin. And Marlin presumably had to have lost some of his in plate there. That was quite the contact, but he didn't. Got to thank Cody's for reduced damage. That's now Marlin down 2 seconds from CJ now, and he's got the Greek Wookie and the Alfa Romeo all behind him. And you got to look here too. You got Ginger and Deluxe Cord battling out as they try to make their ways up the grid. See who can get the better run here. As Ginger just fights himself down the inside of Jay Lowry. Looks like he's going to pick up the place. Deluxe Cord doesn't know where to go. And it looks like he's just going to lose out there because there was no space for him to really make a move. And Ginger finds himself in the P6. Deluxe going on the outside of Jay Lowry. Jay Lowry leaving no space. Deluxe somehow getting around him without completely losing his car. And that's now going to be Deluxe in the P7. Jay Lowry driving like a madman, almost like we saw Deluxe Core's teammate of Groggy do at Coda. But nonetheless, that is now Deluxe in the P7. But because of that battle, he's lost out massively from Ginger Horizon, as Ginger now P6 and is looking to make a move on the Greek Wookiee in front of him. We are 5 laps into this 13-lap race and has been quite the showing so far here. Oh, and the Greek Wookiee going way too deep, and that's going to be a free pass there for the racing point of Ginger Horizon as they come through Love Field. And the Greek Wookiee finds himself now into P6 as Jules getting a 5-second penalty for gaining 1 place. Not even Cody's lets Jules gain places. They'll take it on board here with the battle for the race lead. And that is Lando and William here. Lando right on the gearbox of that Red Bull. It looks like Ginger has now found himself across from Marlon as they go side by side. With Ginger, the later breaker, is now in P4, and Marlon finds himself there in the Ferrari in P5. Ginger going fast on a 130.1, and that is on 5-lap medium tires. Very well done by him. Looks like Saxman has gone off. He's now falling all the way back down now to 14th place. Unfortunate there for the McLaren driver. Is back on board here with Lando. Still battling out for the race lead here. The Red Bull of William. As we now see OT set the fastest lap of the race. It's a 1:30.0 as he just put on new softs. So well done there from OT after having a horrible crash through the turn we're currently seeing. That is Maggots and Beckett's. Definitely has not been the Williams drivers' night to remember. Let's see if he can fight back. The team to watch, though, has definitely been the Mercedes team here of Lando and CJ Gaming. They've done a terrific job all night. Let's see if CJ can defend against Ginger here. It doesn't look like he can. Ginger's now found himself in the P3, and Ginger is just cutting through the field like a knife to butter. And Deluxe scored, unfortunately, not as smooth as he's still in P6, and he's seeing that $15 gift card really run away from him as Ginger set the fast lap again. It's a 129.7. So Ginger might do the ultimate last of first challenge here. There were 7 laps into the race. None of our drivers, or most of our drivers, I'm sorry, have yet to pit. Take a look at that right now. So 11th to 17th, besides the real stallists there, and 15th have yet to pit. We see Brian May now coming in. So the top 9 still need to pit, so that will shake things up even more. It looks like CJ's already falling back now from Ginger. He's outside of that second mark just by a hair. Well, second on board here with the Lux Cord. Might nearly need a miracle to come out on top tonight, but he's nonetheless driven fantastically as he's in P5 at the moment. Something's gone wrong with CJ. CJ's gone off through Beckett's. And now down, I believe, yes, the hanger straight. It looks like Lando now opting to hop in the pits. He's going to put on mediums, presumably, to go till the end of the race. Stretching out those softs very well. Marlon's going to pass him, so Marlon now into P7. Williams still in first place there. P1 for William, as he's done a solid job after not having the greatest of races there at Circuit of the Americas, our previous race. It looks like everyone now is hopping in the pits. Majority of our grid as the top 5 still need to come in as William, Ginger, Marlin, Deluxe Sport, and the Greek Wookie. So we are 8 laps into the 13-lap race, and Ginger finds himself in the P2 and on the charge here. As looks like Run the Jewels has retired. Looks like he's crashed out there through the S's. And there you have it, William, Ginger coming in the pits. Marlin looks like he's going to stay out one more lap. Deluxe Sport opting to come in. Greek Wookie as well. So Marlin is going to be our last driver yet to make a stop. So there you have it, Marlin P1 yet to make a stop. See if he can make an overcut work. I don't think he can. Looks like OT's crashed out once again, but this time it is a DNF. That is unfortunate for the Williams driver. He got disconnected last race, made contact with Jay Lowry this race, and his race is finally over as he has a DNF. But after pit stops, we'll take a look at it here. Lando's jumped Ginger Horizon. Lando's going to have a battle here with William, but they got to watch out now for Ginger right behind him on softs. Ginger's already got a terrific run. Looking like he's going to make this move here. Coming down the inside of Lando, but Lando shooting it down the inside of William. Goes a little too deep though. William's going to keep that spot. P2 still for him. And Ginger's going to have to battle around both of these guys now for position. Deluxe Sport coming out in P8. So it looks like all Ginger here has to do is just keep it clean, and he will come out on top tonight. But nonetheless, Ginger still has to get by these guys, as it looks like we have a Ferrari off. Yes, we do. That's Jay Lowry. He is off through turn 1. But on board here, Lando going around the outside. William might lose out in 2 places. Ginger, not knowing where to go, is going to get the move done here on William after Lando just passes him up. But William fighting back, throwing down the inside, making contact with Lando. Ginger's got to take evasive action. William still on the outside here, but unable to really control that Red Bull, and he finally loses out. He's going to have a run here on Ginger as they go around the outside through turn 1. But William not having the best line there, going to fall back into P4. So it's the battle now between Ginger and Lando, and Marlin presumably is going to come in the pits pretty soon, and it's looking very well off now because these drivers have been battling it out. Marlin's been able to gain additional time on older tires, and presumably he's going to come in right now for the mediums and take him till the end. He only has 3 laps left. Keeping on board here with Ginger Horizon, as he's looking to have back-to-back wins tonight. But to do so, he's got to get past Lando and see if he comes out in front of Marlin. It's going to be quite the call. This pit straight here at Silverstone is very long. It's the slowest one, I believe, on the entire calendar. Marlin's coming out right now. You got Lando here in P2. It looks like Marlin might just escape here. Oh, it's going to be a tight one. Looks like Marlin, oh, unfortunate for him, did not have enough of a gap. Looks like he needed about 2 extra seconds there, or 3, I should say, 3 or 4 actually. So that stop even though he had a 24-second gap. Almost any other track, you're going to be able to get that overcut, but unfortunately, not enough there. So now it is a battle for the lead. 2 laps to go, and Lando has found himself battling it out with Ginger Horizon. Our D1 driver against Lando, who I believe is currently racing in Division 3 or Division 4, is finding himself a battle on the top steps for a race win here for our Saturday special. But to do so, he's got to keep back the racing point of Ginger. But he only has to do so for a few laps, and it looks like Ginger, that dirty air, is starting to get to him. But now with DRS enabled, might be able to make this move here down the hanger straight. Oh, looks like he's going to be too far back, however. As we were coming out on 2 laps to go. Looks like Saxman now is making his way around the Greek Wookiee there for P6. The Saxman making a charge up the field after starting what I believe was P14 or 13 tonight. So he's made up quite some places, but Ginger yet to get around Lando. Lando trying his best to hold off Ginger here and has done well so far, but he's still got a lap and over a half to go, and Ginger gets a great run here on Lando. This might be the move for the race win. Ginger's going to get him down the inside. Lando's just too far back to really make a comeback move there. So now what he has to do is keep it win a second, but Ginger on the softs is already taking off. And you see how much that dirty air from the Mercedes of Lando was holding him back. Lando has already lost out an entire second just through left field. That really shows you the pace advantage Ginger has over most of the field here, and as well the difference between the softs and the medium tires. So Lando's just going to do his best to keep himself on the podium now. He's doing very well. We're about to come on the last lap of the race, and look who it is. It's the man, Mad Marlin, looking to get another podium tonight. But in doing so, he's got to overtake William here. Oh, we have a little bit of a battle between the Ferrari and Red Bull, who's been here before in real life F1. Oh, and it is devastating for the Ferrari. He loses out. Got clipped by the Red Bull of William. Maybe some payback for what happened between Seb and Max there in real life last season. But Marlin's now found himself P5. And to the likes of Christian Horner, William P3. All he has to do is hold off Brackish, who was 9 laps in on those softs, the second half back. So it looks like William will keep P3 here. Great drive from him as well as Lando, but you gotta say driver of the day is gonna go to Ginger Horizon, last to first here. Started in P17, fought his way all the way up to P1, and will come away victorious as long as he can keep it on track and across the line. This has been quite an exciting race, I have to say. Been very enjoyable to watch for all of our drivers. Some great battles, some great moves made, some devastating crashes, but nonetheless, it has been a fantastic race. I want to thank all of you who have showed up tonight and watched them. See Ginger doing a little bit of a celebration there. As there you have it, Ginger Horizon about to cross the line. He's going to be our Saturday special race winner as he loses it off the line. And that's P1 there for Ginger. Well done. You have Lando coming out in P2 with William after penalties overtaking him. Oh, Lando loses out from Brackish because of time penalties, 3/10 the difference. Mad Marlin, Deluxe Sport, Saxman, the Greek Wookiee, followed by CJ Gaming, Swifty Pickle getting P9 off of penalties. As we have outside the top 10, looks like Brownie Man here is going to cross the line in P11. There you have it, Brownie Man, P11, Groggy. Across the line now, P12, followed by Night Shrimp and the real Stallis. But once again, fantastic race there from Ginger Horizon, finishing in first place. And we have William in second and Aero Brackish there in third. See if we can get some of these guys in for some driver interviews, see their thoughts on the races and how they thought everything went tonight. Because we are still waiting for the real Stallings to finish out his lap. After starting P1, finds himself the last car on the grid, but nonetheless crosses the line, hats off to finishing the race, and that's 14th place for him. So there you have it, Ginger on the top step once again for the Racing Point team. Gonna pop the champagne, hold the trophy high, and also getting a nice little $15 gift card sent his way shortly after our race interviews. And we are now joined by Ginger Horizon. How's it feel? First place both races, started very last on the grid here at Silverstone, fought your way up for the race win. How's it going? I mean, how was that race for you?
I mean, it was a very good race. I enjoyed it. It's nice to have this type of things on a Saturday night. Oh, Saturday night for y'all, but Saturday morning from or Sunday morning for me. So it's nice to see like the community get together and have fun.
Yeah, man. It was great with you. I mean, it was really you and Deluxe Core tonight for the battle. Obviously, congratulations. You just won yourself a $15 Xbox gift card for
Thank you.
finishing with the most points after these two races. But yeah, it looked like you and Deluxe Core having a little bit of a battle there. But it looks like you were able to get yourself through the field better than Deluxe Core was. What was really your mindset going into that second race, knowing you're starting from the back of the grid?
I don't know, just take it slow. Like be ahead of like the first five guys at the back, because they were like the quickest one in the previous race. And then once I got ahead of them, it's just pick my time and take my time to overtake the guys in front.
Yeah, most definitely. And congratulations again. We're joined here now by Deluxe Cord. We were just talking to Ginger here about what his mindset was trying to fight his way up through the field that last race. Looked like he was struggling just a little bit. It's still a terrific job, but Ginger just had the better pace there. But overall, I mean, what do you think about your two races here tonight?
I think they were pretty good overall, but forgot my setup on Britain, which kind of hindered me a little bit. But I did pretty good without that. I made a little adjustments that you can on the display or whatever. But yeah, overall, I think the races were pretty good.
Yeah, and I mean, you guys provided us with some exciting racing. A lot of our grid did tonight. And then I wanted to take it down to William here. So you started P2 because you finished, I believe, second to last our last race, or third to last. And yeah, that's unfortunate. We saw that with a few of our drivers, but nonetheless, I mean, you kept your way up. You stayed on the podium positions most of the race and found yourself there in what I believe was P2 or 3 that last race. So, I mean, how did that feel for you? Yeah, I mean, it was great to watch here. Um, but yeah, I mean, congrats to you three. Congrats to you, Ginger. We'll be sending you
Thank
over
you.
that $15 gift card very shortly. But that's going to be it here at PPR. That was our Saturday night special. Got to have some nice driver interviews. And until tomorrow night for our Sunday night special for our PC guys, that's it. That's PPR Nick here signing off for PPR Esports.